What is going on, guys? Brian or Mr. Creations here today, whatever you guys would like to call me, but today I want to talk about the gameplay before I get into the commentary topic. So let's just get right into that. Before I start even talking about the gameplay, just so you guys know, this is reverse boosted gameplay. In case you are wondering, just want to tell you guys that up front. I'm not trying to lie or hide that this is reverse boosted gameplay in order to get this. So just letting you guys know, if you're curious why I did reverse boost, go ahead and reverse to not last video, but the AK-12 gameplay I got about 2 weeks ago, and I explained why I decided to reverse boost in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. But enough about that. Let's talk about the gameplay itself and the streak loadout and perks and everything like that I was running. So when I got this gameplay, I was rocking the ASM1, and this was the first day they had actually buffed the ASM1. This gameplay is like a week and a half old, like I said. And I was freaking out when I actually saw how good this gun was when they buffed it. And what I mean by buff, usually guns either get nerfed or buffed. Nerfed means they drop the damage and accuracy and everything like that, make the gun worse than it was previously. And buffing a gun means they make it better than it was previously, in case you guys aren't aware with those terms. But yeah, so anyways, they buffed the ASM1 in an update almost 2 weeks ago now, and this gun is an absolute monster. I'm rocking the Speakeasy, which is one of the 2 elite versions of the ASM1, but you can use the stock ASM1. The whole gun itself is completely buffed. The damage is increased on the gun a lot. I think they did drop down the range by 1 on the gun itself, but the Speakeasy, the elite version I'm using right here, gives me extra 2 in fire rate, and it comes stock with an extended mag or drum mag, whatever you like to call it. So I get 67 rounds in a mag instead of, I think the stock is 41. So that's a lot of extra bullets, and you do need it because the Speakeasy itself does up the fire rate by 2, so you definitely need the extended mags. Which is nice, so you don't have to spend an extra point on the extended mags with your pick 13 class, but then again, you only get to pick 2 attachments. And usually what I like to do, because I don't like the iron sights on the ASM1 itself, I use red dot on this gun almost every single time. You guys don't have to. Again, this is personal preference in my opinion. Red dot is not a must, but if you don't like the iron sights, I do recommend using the red dot itself. It does make it a lot more clear to kill your enemies, that's for sure. Also, again, on the Speakeasy especially, rather than the normal ASM1, it drops the range and the damage by 1, and obviously, like I said, ups your fire rate by 2. So I personally need advanced rifling on the gun to make the accuracy a bit better and compensate for the range and damage drop by 1, and I think it adds 2+ range with advanced rifling, so that helps me out a lot. A lot of people say you need grip on this gun. Myself personally, I have pretty decent gun skills, so I don't I can actually deal with the recoil pretty easily. As you see, I do kill some people from distance in this gameplay, so it's not as bad as you think on the recoil. You just have to learn how to tap the trigger and control the recoil, honestly. But you could run red dot and grip, and that would be a perfectly fine setup. Again, like I said, advanced rifling, I just rock it because I'm using the Speakeasy version. Otherwise, if I was using the stock ASM1, I'd probably rock red dot and grip. But nonetheless, there's the first DNA. I do skip because I don't want the gameplay to be like 13 minutes long or 10 minutes, however long the domination games last in here, so I do try and clip out a couple minutes, and that's just in between deaths and getting to the next kill. I'm not skipping any kills or anything like that, in case you guys are wondering, as I picked up my first DNA there about 30 seconds ago. But moving on to the perks I was running was low profile. Obviously, that's something to run, especially when the game first came out. People were having a lot of problems getting kill streaks, so everyone ran the UAV because they're trying to learn the flow of traffic on the maps and the maps themselves, the corners people hide in. So everyone tends to use UAV. That's why I run low profile. That's just me. I think it's a must-run perk in this game. Obviously, now that people know there's support streaks as well in the game, so you can run support on your UAV and always get them, obviously, even if you die. I think that makes low profile a must-run perk in this game, as well as flak jacket. I still haven't decided if flak jacket's really worth it or not. I'm running it because I'm playing domination, and sometimes I cap flags and things like that, and obviously flak jacket is huge when you're trying to capture flags. I don't think I capped that many in this gameplay because I was so focused on getting the double DNA, but moving on to my perks, I don't run any perks in my second tier list. I think they're pretty useless, honestly, in my opinion, unless you're playing competitive game modes. like ranked play or the MLG circuit, or if you're playing S&D, like using fast hands with a sniper and SMG setup, something like that, I find the second tier perk list to be pretty useless in my opinion, so I don't rock any second perks. But the third perk tier list, I'm actually running Blast Suppressor, of course, because I'm playing Exosuit, and Blast Suppressor, again, another must-run perk in this game, as well as Scavenger. Again, in my opinion, if you're playing public match and trying to get on kill streaks, Scavenger is another must-run, unless you want to do a litter bug like DNA and pick up every single person's gun that you kill to get ammo. I think Scavenger, Blast Suppressor, and Low Profile, to me, are must-run perks if you're playing in the EXO respawn game modes. That's just me though, personally. Those are some tips with perks that I like to run. Moving on to score streaks, as you guys are seeing here, I'm running the UAV. I actually have extra time, threat detection, and support on the UAV. Support, obviously, because if I die, I can still earn the points towards my UAV. My UAV itself costs 1,100 points, which is a lot, but again, like I said, because support, it doesn't make it that hard to earn. And the system hack, I forgot the name of it for a second there, I apologize, but the system hack, again, 1,100 points. I run 2 extra times on there. I know it's a pretty annoying perk to run, but especially when you're trying to get DNAs and you're playing against kids that aren't that good, when you call in system hacks, it really messes them up, and it makes it a lot easier for you to get gameplays like this, that's for sure. Just all I can say is thank God they didn't put support on system hack. That I would literally kill myself if they actually did that. And also, one last thing I'm running on the system hack itself is actually disable exosuits, which is something, of course, you want to run on your system hack if you can earn the extra 200 points. If you're playing the exosuit, obviously, if you're playing classic, there's no point to disable people's exosuits. But this one extremely helps me out a lot because people are system hacked for 2 extra time. They're confused, they don't know where people are spawning at, they don't see their UAV, as well as they can't use their exosuit, and it really messes them up and makes some easy pickings for you. Obviously right here, I didn't even know where the enemy was spawning because they had C flag, and I didn't even know where they were spawning at, so I sat there in the corner just for a little bit to try and get my bearings. But nonetheless, hopefully these tips and my class setup helps you guys get some DNA bombs. Again, like I said, probably wouldn't have gotten a double DNA against people with 3 KDs if I had kept my KD and not reverse boosted. It would be almost impossible to get even a single DNA bomb, in my opinion. But anyways, nonetheless, hopefully you guys did enjoy the gameplay. If you did, remember to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new, I would appreciate that so much. Comment down below, let me know if some of these tips helped you guys out. I figured I'd make it a tips and tricks video, not like Team Martin or anything, but I wanted to give a couple of you guys some tips on how to get better at Call of Duty Advanced Warfare if you're struggling. This game had a serious learning curve, especially for me. I couldn't play it like I had any previous Call of Duty. It did take some time, probably about a good 3 weeks to get used to this game, but now that I have, it's made it a lot easier. So hopefully these tips helped you out. Hopefully you guys did enjoy my first double DNA bomb with the ASM1. And nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video on Wednesday. Peace out, guys.